So I'm only home for a couple days here, and after going over the jump out on the, that's been more than that, 3 days, because we went a couple thousand miles probably. Yeah, it's probably got a couple thousand miles on this drive shaft going clunk, 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 or whatever, or middle gear or whatever is doing it. Anyway, this is going to be like part 4. Second day of working on this thing. We're in the garage working on the stuff. Okay, so you can tell I got my swing arms all loose, right? Yada yada yada. I'm getting ready to pull that swing arm off so I can get up here and see what's going on underneath that rubber boot right there. That's the output shaft. Is going to be bolted onto the back of the. This is the middle gear. It's called. That's kind of like where the power from the engine is transferred from this direction, like this, to this direction, like that, okay? So it's actually a bevel gear, or middle gear, or forward gear, some people call it, or whatever. So, I got if you've been following this as long, this is, if you haven't, go back to part 1 and start from scratch. Maybe we'll make a little bit of sense out of this anyway. maybe you'll make some sense out of it. So right now I've got her down to the swing arm. Now I just wanted to just take a pause for a second here in my tittle, and I wanted to show you something. All right. So this is the way this works. Here, just let me roll back over here. Show you. This is the bolt, if you will. Stud, bolt, if you will, that goes into the, if you're sitting on the bike, whenever you say left or right hand side, you're talking motorcycles, it's always as you are sitting on the motorcycle. So right here's the seat, there's the windshield, so this would be the left side, and over there on the throttle, that would be the right side. So anytime that you're referring to left or right, that's the secret to knowing which side of the bike we're talking about. Well, at least us old school guys. I don't know where in the world they're at nowadays. Who knows? This could be the front of the bike as far as I know nowadays. But anyway, when I refer to left or right, that's how it's explained. So on the left-hand side, we have this bolt. You want to call it a bolt. It's kind of a shoulder bolt. Then this goes into a bearing inside of the swing arm. Okay, and it's quite a mechanism. All right. So we got that out. That's 30 millimeter. If you're at all interested, okay? So I go to the other side to take the other side off, and here's what I discovered. The other side's kind of a little bit different of an animal. See this right here? This is the right-hand side of the swing arm, and you'll notice that this is going to lock. It's got a lock nut on it, and then the bolt is separate, and that's an Allen head or a hex head into there. And now, so what I do. I run across this. I don't always have an ample amount of tools. I've probably lost more tools because I'm old, and I've gone through a lot of tools in my life. All right, and I probably have lost more tools than or what. Anyway, so trying to determine what size this is. You see this little dial caliper? It's called a vernier caliper. This is a digital vernier caliper. I was a machinist back 73 to 78, and had dial calipers and micrometers and all that kind of stuff for running lathes and mills and drills and broaches and on and on and on and on. Well, today we use digitals. Okay, this is a digital caliper. I paid $3 for this little plastic. This is plastic. I got a couple more sets of them, and really a handy little tool. Okay, it's got conversion. You can go from millimeter to inch just by pushing this guy. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So anyway, what I do is I just always have these in a toolbox, so I can, whenever I get into this situation, I need to know what size something is. Watch this. Watch this. This is a 14 millimeter. This will take a 14 millimeter Allen wrench. Okay. Now, us old gearheads, even though we're old and have been around a long time, and all the yard sales, and then Harbor Freight comes along, so you don't have to spend as much money for new tools and all that kind of stuff. Well, I still don't have enough tools, and I still got tools spread all over the place since I moved here. Hey, here's an Allen wrench that a friend gave to me. Look at here. cowpuck from Rainy Rooster. Rainy, what's happening, brother? Didn't think I still had that, did you? He gave me that. Now, what that's for is doing fork work. Pulling the fork caps up. Because I was doing what I'm about to show you for like ever, and he noticed that, and on one of my videos or something at VentureRider.org, he noticed that, and he actually brought this 19 millimeter Allen wrench to me and gave that to me. Look at that. Then the toolbox, Rainy. So anyway, well, I don't have a 14 millimeter. So here's why Rainy sent me that Allen wrench, because he got tired of seeing me do this. But I thought, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pass this little bit of this old timer secret on to you guys. So you might notice this right here. Watch this. You might notice that 14 millimeter, to some of you, that 14 millimeter hole, 14 millimeter hex head hole, might look familiar to you. Kind of like, sort of looks like a socket, don't it? It does. Alright, so here's my brake caliper laying here. So all I do is, and these are 14 millimeter, I know that. So look at this. So you pull one of them bolts out, and watch this, you guys. Watch this. Watch this. Now you could do this with any, as long as you can get at it. Okay. Look at. Now the problem is how do I turn that, right? Here's what you do: this is called what I always called double nutting. It's a double nut. I'm kind of a double nut fun. You double nut them like this right here. Now watch. Watch. See this right here? Watch this. Okay. Now I'm just going to take my wrenches and I'm going to tighten them up. I'll put an open end or a box end or whatever on here, and I'll tighten them up one against each other, and instantly I have a homemade Allen wrench. And then I can put a socket on here, whatever, okay? Are you following me at all? And does that make any sense? And I know it's kind of stupid and lame and all that kind of stuff, and that everybody knows that, and I'm just preaching to the choir, but I thought maybe somebody somewhere, who knows where, if it helps one person, this is my motto, if it helps one person, then I've done a good thing today, okay? So there you have it, and that's how I'm going to get that. I've already got this lock nut loosened up, and now I'm going to do my shoulder bolt on this side and pull it out with my homemade Allen wrench, okay? Allen wrench. Now, I got one of these somewhere around here, that I used to use up top for pulling my forks apart before Rainy Rooster, my brother, my friend Rainy, gave me that wrench. Now, isn't that cool? So there you have it. Hey, get out and ride. And if you can't get out and ride because your bike's broke, do what I'm doing. Find yourself some place to snuggle down and have some fun working on your bike. All right? I think I might take Maggie out. She ain't been out for a while. I think I better go take her out for a ride here before the day gets too long in the tooth. I read that somewhere recently. All right. Get out and ride.